Hello and welcome everybody to our new show, Gamers Council Live.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm your host, David Anthony, WebDave, Gamertag, and then of course, co-host, I love it, RHETRI. Welcome, sir.
What's going on, Dave? Excited to be here. Excited to do our first show and, pop the cherry, as they say. And, this,
That's
uh,
funny.
yeah, this won't be exactly a PG show, but, I'm not going to sit here and swear like a trucker like I do when I play games, as people who play with me absolutely know. I have a, little bit of a potty mouth, but we'll try to keep it
No.
civil here. Yeah, just a little bit.
Uh,
But yeah,
you know,
excited to be
it's
here,
good.
man.
Me too, man. I'm very excited. And it's conversational, so we're gonna,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about a subject or two to start to get people warmed up, and then and if you guys have questions, that is basically the main premise of the show. I'm gonna drop it in there where you guys can kind of understand, um, kind of if you have a question from us. For us, I should say. Then first, if you don't mind, it makes it easier, makes it stand out easier. I like that, Bunny. Chop popping the cherries in the chat.
Pause.
Write the word question out and then a question mark, and then put in your question. That way, it'll stand out to us a little easier, and we'll bring you up. And at some point, there may be some things that are brought up that we can't answer, but we'll do our best. Or
Mhm.
you know, and we're gonna start on a subject, but it doesn't mean that we can't go wherever the conversation takes us.
Yeah,
So
we want everyone to understand that this is a back and forth. This isn't just me and Dave. This is me, Dave, and you guys. So we're really trying to get. Obviously, we want to get as many people in here, but we want to have a real conversation back and forth, involve the community directly. Outside of outside of what a lot of other people do, just with super chats and whatnot. We will literally change the entire flow of the podcast and go in a different direction based on some of the suggestions and some of the questions that you guys have. So we have some subjects that we want to talk about, but if you guys want to talk about something else, then that's where we'll go. So that's kind of the point of this podcast is to have a real back and forth conversation with the community, and that's why I'm excited and I joined Dave in this endeavor. So let's go.
excellent. I'm excited. Hey, Richard, what we got for our first topic, man? What do you want? What we want to start with first?
I think we're gonna start with. I got so many subjects, but I think maybe with the coalition, I wrote a lot of stuff down.
Hmm.
Maybe with the coalition and them dropping the two. Well, what I understood was I thought it was just one small game that they were working on, but I guess it was actually two. I think according to Grub, he said there was two things that we're working on besides Gear 6 or the Marcus Phoenix collection or whatever the heck the coalition is actually doing.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I talked about this on another podcast with Boom, and I don't know. Well, let me ask you, Dave, before
Yeah.
I go off. Like, what do you how are you feeling on finding out that both of those games that we had no clue what the hell they were. At least I didn't. I have no clue. I have no inside baseball on that. What do you
Right.
think about them canceling those? Does it bother
Well,
you?
I mean, I always want new IPs and new things, and I mean, you look at what we got with Hi-Fi Rush, and what a
Yeah,
gem that is.
exactly. Yeah.
So but maybe canceling it is maybe putting it to the back burner for now, and maybe it's something
Mm,
that they may come back to later. But we don't know. We don't know the insides out, or maybe the projects that they started on. This does happen in gaming quite often that
yeah.
something will get started, set up, go through the flow, and it gets to a certain point. Hey, Wandering Dutch is in the chat. Hello, hello.
Hey, what's up,
Thank you,
Dutch?
Dutch, for the Dutch was really nice and did our
For
background and
all
everything for
this,
us.
all that.
Oh yeah, yeah. It looks great. Thank you so much, Dutch. We're so
Yeah,
glad you're
appreciate
here.
you, man.
And so yeah, so I'm thinking, there is a lot of games when they get to a certain point, well, either do testing or they'll do like a overview, or have a review panel. Well, do we think this is okay? We see where this is going.
Hmm.
Do we think we can push it on out? Do we think it's going to be something everybody's going to want? Or is it a niche? Or is it not working and we need to move to the next project? And that could be where they were at with this. I mean, there's a lot of things. So some excuses that have been thrown around. It's like, well, with the layoffs and all this, and the gaming
He did
industry.
say that. He did say I
Yeah,
didn't even know though. That's the weird thing. I hadn't
yeah,
heard crickets. I heard nothing about Coalition getting rid of anybody. I didn't hear
yeah,
anyone reporting on it. So that was the first time I'd ever heard it. And that stinks. I'm guessing that's because there wasn't a lot of people at the Coalition that were let go.
right,
I still don't know what the number is. If anyone in chat knows how many people at the Coalition were let go, I would love to know. Um,
yeah,
I'm also wondering, Dave, like if could it have been literally just for UE5? Maybe it was just to experiment, see how far they could push, doing a couple. You take Coalition and you split up into two teams, maybe almost like a competition,
right,
and just make something crazy, guys. Make something crazy because we need Gear 6 and we need to see UE5 and all the technology that's built into all the updates that have happened from 4 to 5 and just go crazy. And maybe these were never meant to see the light of day, or like you said, maybe they're just on the back burner. Maybe these aren't dead. But
right.
I do agree with you. It hurt. I mean, it literally we're on the podcast with Boom. I'm talking about how proud I am of Microsoft allowing the teams to do stuff like this. And Boom interrupts me and goes, "Oh, right. Hold on. Oh, they canceled it." As I'm praising them live on
Yep.
air. And I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, and
So
I'm the one
pissed. I
that's
was like,
sending that going,
no.
"Oh, hey, just gonna give you a heads up."
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Uh,
Appreciate that.
let's no, well, it wasn't trying to. Oh, you'd hate to keep going, and then be like, halfway through the show over, and you're like,
I
"Oops."
put my foot in my mouth all the time, so I'm not surprised that happened to me live. But
Yeah,
I, like you were saying with Hi-Fi Rush, we were just talking about Hi-Fi Rush with Boom and everybody, and I was praising that, and I was so shocked at how good that game was from Tango. Tango is clearly talented, but I was very shocked at how much it's my game of the year right now.
yeah,
It's early, I know. It sounds ridiculous to say that, but I love that game from from front to end. Uh, and I wanted to see what the coalition could do on a smaller scale.
right.
After getting stuff, I'm not a Pentiment guy. I know a lot of guys really like that. But like Grounded, that's fantastic. Made by like 20 people. It blows my mind. I'm curious to know how many people made Hi-Fi Rush, but I don't know if we'll know that. But yeah,
Yeah.
disappointing for
There's
for, for
a
me.
comment in from um Hunty.
Yep.
So yeah, so Microsoft has the finances to take the chances. I wish they would. They give us the impression that they want to take chances, but in the end, it's not what they're doing. Well, and you're right. But then again, a lot of times we only see one side of it.
Yeah.
I'm not making excuses at all because I
Right.
want these things too. I want these new IPs. I want more games, more. Bring it on. When the deal is done, I want them to just continue to get more um developers in the house.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple. I think a lot of us have would agree that work for or work with Microsoft, but aren't necessarily part of the team. That if you don't lock them down soon, they may go to somebody else. So that's
Who
not
you who
always the
you who
case.
you who you talking about, Dave? In particular, I'm just curious, like which
Well, that was
ones you
the
mean.
team. Was it Sobo? I guess that works.
Sobo, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that was exactly who I was thinking. So I was wondering if
yeah,
that's who you were talking
yeah.
about.
But there's the people working on they were helping out with Halo and some others, that
Yeah.
done some stuff that, they need to maybe bring them into the family, you know? Let me tell you,
Yeah.
we need to bring them in.
Crystal Dynamics always comes to mind, and
Yes.
I know we talk about Crystal D a lot, and that yeah, that one I want both of them actually really bad. And I wasn't even a big fan of Sobo till I didn't play the first Plague's Tale. I played the second one and it blew me away. And I honestly, in my opinion, I felt like that was like everyone for Microsoft is kind of calling for the single player, great story driven game. And that's
Mhm.
what I thought it was. I
Yeah.
was like, that's it. The cinematics are so close to, uh, and the graphics are so close to looking like a Sony first party game that I was like, it's a Sobo. Like,
Yeah.
just give them some more budget, give them some more people, and
Yep.
they are there. They are there, man. Like, and the story was amazing.
Oh
Uh,
yes.
which is something that also shocked me when it came to Hi-Fi Rush. The writing
Hmm.
by I think what's his name? Johan? I can't
Hmm.
remember. Someone will correct me. Was
Hmm.
just I guess he wrote that too. Like this guy is just talented to the nines. Holy
Yeah.
crap. Like
Oh,
holy moly.
we do have a question. I'm gonna throw it up there. I'm gonna
Yeah.
let you
Let's
read
do
that
it.
best you
All
can.
right. Yep. All right. I see the comic book slash superhero background. This is from Dave. What's up, Dave? Awesome job from Wandering Dutch. If you two were superheroes, oh man. All right. Which superhero would you be? And what's your favorite superhero game? Second question, I know. First one. Go ahead, Dave. I'm going to let you go first because I need to think about this.
Okay. Well, first I want to say welcome to Crispy Bomb and welcome to Asante.
What's up,
Um,
guys? What's up, Crispy?
Crispy, I'm going to
Hey.
add you as a moderator eventually, if that's all right with you, just in case you ever pop in. Asante, I made you a moderator on your own. Sorry, whether you wanted to or not. You have the power, sir.
You get the job. Yeah.
No, I'm just
Surprise.
kidding. But yeah, superhero, and this is gonna sound silly, and some people don't know this, but I'm gonna show it to you anyway. If you look behind me, you see somebody said that was a Kiss poster. No, that's actually a cover of a Marvel comic book. It's the first Marvel Super Special that featured Kiss, and they were also in Marvel Super Special number 5 as well. And I mean, yes, I was a young kid, grew up, loved watching Kiss, listening to Kiss and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm old, I know. But man, I'm waiting for the day that if they make some kind of little cameo in one of these Marvel movies, because they were, I mean, in the comic, they fought Doc Doom, and it was like, what? I mean, it was, it's a great issue if you ever get a chance to see it. It's actually online where you can actually, so you don't have to, buy it or anything like that. Because if you get a mint copy, which I have one, and it's graded, and it's a couple $100, so not perfect, but still enjoyable. My original issue that I got when I was a little kid, I mean, I looked at it so much that the thing was pulled off. So yeah, a superhero I'd want to be. I don't know. Gosh, there's so many.
There are so many.
Yeah, there's
That's why.
so
That's what
many.
makes it so hard.
Yeah, being a fat guy, so maybe the Hulk. Hulk
That's
smash.
an answer.
Yeah, exactly.
The Hulk's a good one.
Hulk hungry.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
What about your what are you thinking about your favorite superhero game there?
Oh, a game. I kind of like the Deadpool game when it came out. That's old. I guess the 360 days. That was kind of cool.
Mhm.
But it wasn't done great. But and I kind of like the newest one, the Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, I
Mm.
think that was done really well. And looking
Yeah.
forward to the Suicide Squad game coming out. Looking forward to that one as well.
Yeah, the combat in that looks really good actually.
We'll take that question,
Uh
turn around to you.
yeah. Uh
Your turn.
I'm still having a tough time with the superhero I pick. I guess I'll go I guess I'll go with the Flash. I just think he's awesome.
There you go.
Uh I'll go with the Flash. I was gonna go with Batman because who doesn't want to be rich?
There
I
you
like money. Uh,
go.
but game for me, that's easy. There's no doubt in my mind. It's Miles Morales. Nothing, in my opinion, compares.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the theme of it too. Is really like family orientated, and it was around Christmas, and it was just I like the snow and the lights, and there was some ray tracing in there as well. So I really love that game. So I'd say Miles Morales. So appreciate that question, Dave.
Oh, yeah.
Let us know in
And
the chat what you guys would pick on that. I'm curious too.
oh,
See
yeah.
what superheroes y'all would pick.
Crispy's there too. I love the Crispy's here. That's great. Que Sante. I love it. I love it. I love it. Appreciate you guys showing up, man. It's awesome. So many amazing members of the community, and we appreciate each and every one of you guys, and they all have fantastic shows. And hopefully, eventually, we'll hit these guys up for to be on the show eventually.
Yeah, absolutely. We're
And it
definitely going to
looks like
be bringing in some guests.
Kay Asante agrees with you. The good
Yeah.
answer.
All right. Yeah. Kay, I'm curious. Is that yours, or you got another game that is like your go-to, or your best superhero game? Is that also Miles Morales, or what do you say, sir?
Also like to
I'm
thank over
curious.
the over 12 people that are here with us live. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
This is the first show, first time. We got excited. We're like, oh, we got to get this going. So we started this week, and then we're like, oh crap, next week is a Super Bowl. So we're
Yep.
not going to do a show next week.
No.
Next week we'll
No.
be
We're not.
tweaking.
Yeah. 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 I mean, we were gonna do a show and possibly do it earlier, but then I don't want to screw up our momentum and letting people know the time that we're always gonna do this show. So most definitely a second. Great. Yeah, Black Panther game. That yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Avengers DLC was better than it had any reason to be.
Mm-hmm.
I did not touch the Avengers, honestly. I probably should. It's sitting in Game Pass just waiting.
Free in
but-
Game Pass. Hey, Mr. Game Pass.
I know. It's just that's what happens, man, right? My backlog is insane. Like I can't keep up. I just can't. And this year is gonna be really, really bad in regards to that. So
Did you see what Galveston said we should do? Play by play for the Super Bowl.
oh Jesus. Yeah.
Well, first of all, the NFL would sue us.
we can shoot it with our TVs or something. Maybe it's like because it's like second generation. They won't.
Oh man,
get us in trouble.
And they're so picky about that you can't say the word Super Bowl in your advertising. Like when we were in radio doing stuff, you had to say the big game.
Right. Yeah.
Or they could come at you. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like you want us to promote your stuff, but I guess they really didn't need us to promote because there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, Mav's in the house. Hey, Mav. Welcome, sir.
What's
so
up,
glad
dude?
you're here. Another one that we're going to try and hit up. And if you noticed, Fun Speculation and Kasante, you guys are made men. You're mods if you want to be. You don't have to do any of that. I just thought, I'm trying to think of who that I know that if they happen to pop in, I would love for them to be able to, to banish the herd. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. We should talk about too, like what everyone is actually playing right now. I'm curious to see, because we got so many people. Like right now, I started the community Xbox chat or whatever, so we can all play games together, which you're in, Dave, and a bunch of people in the chat are in right now. And if you guys are not part of that, then hit up my gamer tag RHETRI, and we'll put you in there with us. It's literally we're just using Xbox chat to just play games with each other. We're kind of using it almost like a forum where it's like, hey guys, I'm gonna play Call of Duty or whatever at 8 p.m. tonight. Who wants to join me? And whoever wants to join that person, they just hit them up. So if you guys want to join that community, we got over 30 people right now. It's growing, and I'm gonna make it much larger. This is just the beginning of that size.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of people in the community that I guarantee you're going to start jumping in there too. So you definitely want to jump in and join. It's fun. It's not,
Yeah, we're having a great time. We don't care if you're good at the games. I can tell you, I can promise you that. we're not that good. We don't need you to be good.
Thank you, Mav, for your kind words. He was out working, just dropped in to hit that like button, which everybody else, if you don't mind, hit that like button.
Yeah, please do.
And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. That way it helps me and RHETRI out, both of us, greatly. We're trying to get to 1,000, just like everybody else. So, but like I said, even the day comes that we do get super chats, we are still going to be doing this same type format to where we have questions from the chat. We will bring them in as well. And thank you for the good luck wishes, Mav. We really appreciate that more than you know, buddy.
Yeah, and we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's awesome. So, Richard, what do you think so far? This is your first time kind of commanding the show, being able to actually jumping in.
I like it.
Yeah,
I'm getting a little power trip over here. I can press buttons. I can shut us down right now if I wanted to, but I won't
do that. Not just yet.
Yeah. But yeah,
He's
so
lost it,
guys,
folks. Oh no.
yeah, I'm
Oh,
just gonna do whatever I want.
great.
So let us know
Retri
what you
goes
guys are
rogue.
playing. I know right now I obviously finished Hi-Fi Rush. I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 2042, which I
Yeah.
know gets a lot of crap, and I gave it a lot of crap too. When I played the beta, I said I actually did a review on this with somebody else, and we both agreed that game should not have been released. It was in a very bad state. But it has come a long way. It's much, much better. And the maps are massive and they're beautiful. And I had
Hmm.
a ton of fun. And if anyone wants to play Battlefield with me, because a lot of people are just not, they just don't want to play it. I had a tough time getting anyone to play with me the other night. So
Right.
if you want to play some of that, I am starting to get into that game, as well as Fortnite, which I just started like 3 weeks ago, um, which has become my favorite shooter right now, which is kind of crazy to me. But I only play the no build mode because I can't do that young person stuff. It's not for me, man. I can't do it. I'm too slow. So
Whatever.
we
You're
play
not old
no
like
build.
me.
Yeah, I mean,
I was just kidding. What did you say, Richard? Turn up my hearing aid. But
so what are you playing, Dave?
right now, what am I playing? Let's see. Well, I'm getting ready to play because I decided I'm going to pre-order when we get off the air tonight. The Hogwarts Legacy. I decided I'm just going to
Yeah,
go ahead and bite the bullet and do it.
I'm doing that too, man.
And I
You mean
also
you're not gonna listen to Twitter and and buckle and not buy it?
no,
All the
no,
BS
no,
that's
no.
going on. Okay.
Screw that shit. Sorry. The books are
Same.
amazing.
That's right.
The movies are good. The newer movies, not so much, but the
Yeah, I
original,
agree with you on
they
that.
were great. And
Yeah.
but yeah, and Kayasante, I like it. What he's talking about, Hi-Fi Rush, that's definitely what I've been playing, and I love that. He was also talking about the Midnight Sun. I haven't played that yet, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. There's a lot of people that are really swear by that game, so
I
I'm
know. I
thinking
think I
about it.
gotta grab that. Is it Matt? Is Mav? Are you the one who always talks about Midnight Suns? I feel like I'm hearing it from someone in the community that absolutely loves that. I think
He
Matt,
might
maybe it
be
was Mav, was
Tool
saying I
Man.
think it was his
Welcome.
game of the year. Uh, or maybe I think he said maybe game of last year. I think it was him. I hope I'm not misquoting you, Mav, but that game, yeah, I think I have to pick that one up too. There's too much, too many games, man.
Yeah, I picked up
Um,
Gotham Knights the other day, and I haven't played it yet, but I
that's
picked it
another
up, and
one.
I also
Yeah.
picked up because they were on sale. It was like $30. I couldn't pass that
Mm,
up. And then Sonic Frontiers, I picked that up while
yep.
it was still on sale. Haven't played it yet either, but they're in the can now. They're ready for me to do it. Just if you don't mind, Retri, kind of explain to them. I'll put it up there so because you do it so well as far as the kind of the premise or how the show kind of flows. Although we will
Sure.
bring up other things, but go ahead.
Yep. Reiterate what we said in the beginning in case you
Mhm,
guys weren't here for the beginning of the show. So basically, this is a community based show. So Dave and I will have topics obviously lined up
mhm.
to talk about. But if you guys want to talk about something else in the chat, or you have questions, as you can see down below, that's how you ask a question, and we will literally steer the entire podcast in a completely different direction than the topics that me and Dave had, based on what you guys want to talk about. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make a real community based podcast where we're doing it with you. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm excited about doing something like this. It's funny that David reached out to me, and I literally, when he was telling me the premise of the show, I literally had the exact same idea in
Great
my Google
minds
Documents. Yeah,
think alike.
for months. I was telling my wife, I'm like, this is the idea I want to do. I don't know if I'll be able to do it because I don't know if anyone's going to show up. Yeah, I can't talk to myself for too long. So I appreciate every single one of you guys being here. It means a lot, especially to someone like me who's brand new to the game of podcasting in general, and not new to content creation, but very, very new to podcasting. I appreciate you guys all
Oh,
being here.
yeah, and, just so you know, Retri, looks like you're gonna be added to you already got some
Oh,
people adding you
I
on
did see
Xbox.
that, Fanta. I appreciate it. Yeah, my notification popped up on my screen and it wasn't supposed to because I turned notifications off for that exact reason. I was worried that it was going to pop up, but
Well, it
it
didn't make a
did.
sound, so
So,
it's okay.
yeah.
And I'm gonna highlight this, okay, Asante, we actually have thought about
Did
that.
talk about that.
We want to get a couple of shows under our belt first and kind of
Yep.
see how it goes because sometimes phone calls can get rogue, but we can also just dump them right off the bat. But
Yep.
I have a Rodecaster Pro 2, which has the capability of Bluetooth. I actually have a second line on my cell phone um, plan, which is absolutely I got lucky because it's free. So, and it has a number that's not in use by anybody or anything. So I actually might possibly make that um, a line to where we can put that out. Of course, we can only do one person at a time call type thing, but we can maybe take a call and then exit out. We're
Right.
still working on it and tweaking it. We've thought possibly at some point we might either take some calls or possibly um, making to where we can actually bring people in temporarily
Yep.
as a as guest on the show. Somebody that's in the chat, I can send you a link and you can click on it and then jump in the show with us.
Yep.
Of course, it would be a limited time. It wouldn't be like the full show type thing, but like if you had a question or if you want to talk about a subject with us for a few minutes, and then and then after a few minutes or things are going good, then then we'll I can gracefully let you go.
Yep.
you know. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We would love to
Thank you,
eventually
Dutch.
get.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Thank you, Dutch. Thank you so much, brother. We would love to get people into the show. As
Yeah.
not just guys like Kay, but actual like what I call like normies. I don't. It's not. Take no offense to that. I don't know what else the chat, the general chat, not moderators, not necessarily because they'll obviously be on here and a regular podcast group uh,
Yep.
will also be on here as well, of course. But yeah.
Hey, one thing I like to thank Wandering Dutch. Now that we have a few more people here, um, he has graciously helped us out, and he does this great work, and he's very reasonable on his prices. So if you need help doing your own podcast or things like that, and you need like great background art, like what he's created for us here, I kind of told him the idea. I kind of wanted to look. I said it's not necessarily theme for gaming, but I kind of like the comic book type look and a logo and he went with it and he did a great job making it look comic booky, and that's kind of what we wanted, and he did a great job of that, and we greatly appreciate that. He does amazing work. I've actually got in this description of this show where you can actually reach out to Dutch. So if you want
Mhm.
to, and you don't have to go any further than just scroll down in the description, and you can and talk to Dutch and see what you guys can work out. Very reasonable and very talented, super talented. He does a
Yeah.
lot of shows that I'm sure you guys are familiar with, and he can go over his work with you. But anyway, just big shout out
Dutch
to
is
Dutch.
so sorry. I just want to
No?
mention something. Dutch was so good. He was doing it
Mm.
live while we were doing a show on the show. Like he was
On
a
Boom
part
Show,
of.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, dude, I can't do that. Like, wow. I don't know how you did that, but yeah. I appreciate that, Dutch. Thank you very much, man.
Yep. Santos Senior or Santos Sir, excuse me. Dutch is a legend. That's right.
Yeah,
Midweek
for sure. We got a lot of
mashup.
legends
We do.
in this
We do.
family. Yeah, the Xbox community, I think is the best community. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind. Spend 5 minutes on Twitter and I'll tell you all you need to know.
Thank you, Dutch. We
I don't
greatly
know if you can
appreciate
hear.
you.
I hope you can't hear that. I live in South Carolina and um people there's fireworks going off. I hope it's not coming through on my mic, but people just blow crap up over here for literally if it's a Tuesday, my wife gets so angry because we have 3 dogs and it scares the crap out of them. She's
Yeah.
like, why are they doing fireworks? And it's South Carolina. So I don't know if it's
Wandering
coming through. I
Dutch,
hope not.
the question in the chat, put it up on screen. Is Wandering Dutch really Dutch?
Only Dutch can answer that. Dutch?
I don't know. Can't something said.
K knows. All right, I guess he is.
And just to throw it out there, I do have another show, Outbreak Gamers, which I've interviewed RHETRI and K Asante, Wandering Dutch, a whole bunch, Mr. Boomstick. I've interviewed Dealer, Randall Thor 19, whole bunch of great podcasters that are out there, and all those videos are included on this channel. If you hit the like button, you'll get those as well. You can just jump on, see those. Absolutely free to subscribe. Remember that. Subscribe to a YouTube channel doesn't cost a thing. And
Right.
speaking of that too, RHETRI has amazing work that he does at his Game Pass Daily. Okay, so it's Game Pass _ daily. It's also in the link
Yep.
below. You definitely want to like and subscribe his channel because he gives you the updated info about what's coming to Game Pass, what's going out of Game Pass. You know, all kinds of and great stories and stuff too. It's tell him some more of the things that you do, Retri, in your show, and it's
Sure.
nice, bite size. I love it. It's perfect.
Yeah, I'm trying to do a lot of micro content or bite-sized content. I do have a weekly show that comes out every Tuesday. It's Game Pass Weekly, and it try to encompass all the games that are coming out that week, possibly the next week after that, and all the stories. I do a lot of rumor stuff because I like the rumors. Like I like hearing, I like getting excited about video games and the possibility of studios that might get acquired. Because the second they acquire a studio, it is first party, it goes to Game Pass. So that stuff excites me. So I like to go to speculation town. I live in that. I breathe in it. I don't care. That's the type of content you will get from me. There's a lot of news. Of course, everything that's coming out on Game Pass. I like to talk about a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't mention, like the perks behind Game Pass. There's a lot of
Oh yeah.
little 3 months of like Apple TV and stuff like that. So I'll mention stuff like that. I do have a video coming out soon on getting Game Pass on the cheap. And I will talk about that. You can save about $390 over 3 years for Game Pass. I don't know if you guys, a lot of you probably do know this trick, but if you buy bulk 12 months of Xbox Live Gold, and then you have to have your subscription has to be done. It has to lapse, right? So if you
Right.
let your subscription lapse and then you get gold, you get up to 3 years, and then you can convert gold at a 1-to-1 ratio to Game Pass Ultimate,
Yep.
and you're good, and that saves you almost $400.
It's
So it's kind
crazy.
of insane. I got a video coming out on that to hopefully explain that to people step by step on what they need to do, because there are some pitfalls where you can screw up. Like if you have recurrent billing on while you do this, it will screw you up. It will not work.
Right.
So there's
Yeah.
little weird stuff like that. But
Another question in the chat, Retri. So let's pop that up here for you. So
all right, so Abdel, I don't know if I will butcher. I'm gonna be the guy saying a lot of these names and a lot of the questions. So I'm gonna butcher it, and I apologize. And
all
a
right.
lot of people get Retri wrong. So if I get your name wrong in the chat,
Some
please
people even spell it wrong in the video.
say some people.
No,
Yeah, exactly.
I fixed it. I fixed it.
All right, Retri
Ugh.
Dave, already hyped for E3? Question. Need Avowed, Fable, and Hellblade 2 gameplay.
I
Ooh,
agree
that's
with you 100%.
he's asking a lot there.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
go ahead, Retri. What do you think?
I'm always hyped for E3. I don't. There was a story about Microsoft not being there, but they're there, but they're not really part of E3 directly. They're just like they're just like working off their hype. So I'm definitely excited for E3. I agree with Abdel. I would love. Avowed is one of the games I'm looking forward to the most, by like maybe in the top 3 of all Microsoft
Wow.
IP that is coming out. Avowed just, I think, between the magic, and I like knights and dragons and all that stuff, or at least I hope there'll be dragons. Big fan of Skyrim, so Avowed, I'm hoping is gonna tick a lot of boxes off for me and be my new Skyrim,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah. I'm
Fable,
with
of
you.
course. Fable, I'm curious to see what the team can do. Just going from a racing game to a very, very, very different type of game.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm curious. Again, like I said in the past, I like Microsoft taking chances and doing weird stuff.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Hellblade 2 gameplay, Hellblade has to be there. Has to. I think it's
Yeah.
coming out this year, right? That's the
Well,
rumor.
that's
I
the
think it's
rumor.
coming out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been saying that for a while. So
Yep.
people saying that rumor, I agree with you. I think it's holiday this year. If not,
Ooh,
I
that'd be
think
great.
very, very
Your
early.
lips to God's ear.
Yeah, I
Um,
hope so. What do you
so
think, Dave?
well, and I will get to that. On a side note, if you look up RHETRI on our page at the very top corner, it shows the live and how long we've been on, and then it has an eyeball and a number count. That's how many people are watching us live. Because we were talking about it before we went live. Is there a way to
Uh,
find out at the screen you're looking at straight in front of you, like
okay.
our
Oh,
actual
right
screen?
there. I'm stupid. All right, I
No,
was
you're
looking the
not.
wrong.
No, you're not.
I'm
You, you're looking
looking
all
over
over the
there.
place.
I needed to
Yeah,
look over there.
yeah.
I
Just
got
look
a
at
lot of
the.
screens open right now.
I'm with you. I'm with you. But I wanted to point that out. Like right now, we have 21 people watching us live, which we
I
greatly
love it.
appreciate everybody being here. Thank you so much. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button if you're enjoying the content. And if you don't like the content, you can hit dislike. That's cool. Whatever. I have no feelings.
Yeah,
That's
don't do
okay.
that though.
No,
But
no, but you know, honestly, in the algorithm, it actually doesn't hurt you. So
okay,
I'll
go
explain
ahead.
that to you later.
I don't care then. What Dave said.
Oh, and Dutch did make a comment too. He thinks that Hellblade, we definitely should get some more information on that at E3. Not sure about Avowed. I'm with you. I'd be nice. And maybe that's something. Maybe Avowed is something we get. You know, at the end of the year, maybe at the Game Awards. You know, if it's supposed to be coming out early next year, that would be a good
Yeah,
place to
I
drop it.
agree. I think it's more likely we see Avowed at the VGAs at the earliest. In my opinion, I would like to see something, but I don't have my hopes up. And we got so many games. I'm okay with not seeing anything anytime too soon. But my patience will run thin as it usually does. So, but that's
And
okay.
and there is and Dutch also talks about Fable as well. I mean, Fable may be further out. I'm on Fable. Take as long as you need. Get it
Yeah.
right. It needs to be flawless.
Am I crazy? Didn't he say didn't was it Booty that said
He
that
did.
it was
He wanted
Fable,
to show
right?
stuff,
That he
but they
wanted to
wouldn't
show
let him.
stuff. Yeah,
Yep. Yeah.
so clearly there's content there
Yeah.
that
Oh
can be
yeah.
shown and shown off. So
But
that's
if the devs don't want you to see it yet, I even know how much I want to see stuff and how much I want to play stuff.
I
If
know.
they don't feel like they're ready, hey, put it this way: how excited were we for the shadow drop that we had no clue about? Right? It
Yep.
dropped out of nowhere. We were all like, "Holy crap!" Now we know a
Right.
lot about it, but at the time we knew nothing. So
Yeah.
there's a
Which
question for
apparently
you.
the devs are the ones that made that decision, which is another thing that is crazy to me because Sony would never in a million years ever do something like that. Microsoft's like, "Oh, you want to shadow drop it? Oh, you want to show it at the showcase? Okay." That's crazy. All right, so we got Punty, Game
Mhm.
Pass Daily question. When is that Game Pass slash Xbox Live video coming out? Soon, dude. I'm working on it very soon. Will be on your Twitter or YouTube channel. So everything that I do for Game Pass Daily goes everywhere. Everywhere. I make sure I blanket it. I am on YouTube, I am on TikTok, and I'm on Twitter. I did the Twitter blue, not for the stupid check mark, which by the way, I don't have, even though I've been paying for it for a long time, which is weird. But I did it for length of video and for higher resolution of video. So now I can make like up to like 10-minute videos on Twitter if I want. I'm trying to use Twitter as a video platform too, which not a lot of people aren't doing. So I'm
Right.
trying something a little bit different because Elon
Do
keeps
it all.
promising they're gonna monetize being able to monetize videos on Twitter,
That would be
soon.
great.
So we'll
And
see. We'll see.
and
But
I
it's
think
coming out soon.
he's working hard on that kind of thing. He's got people working on it. So that's a positive.
Yeah.
So
So
maybe that would
Punty,
be
you
something.
dude, you can hit me up. We talk all the time, Punty. So like if if your stuff's expiring soon, like let me know. I'll try to get that video out as soon as possible. It should be coming out this week. I'm trying to I got a lot of things going on, but it should come out this week.
We got a question from Kay Asante, the man.
All right. Question, gentlemen. If Xbox at E3 2023 they show games for the for the next 12 months again, would you both be upset? Okay. So I'm hoping they keep the 12-month format and use the directs for future games. I'm gonna let you take that one first because
Okay.
I got some thoughts on this. I'm curious to see where you go with it.
Well, my thinking is because I heard and who I heard this from, which I love the idea, was Randall Thor and Jez when they were talking on their show. This was a few weeks ago show, and he had made the point. that maybe they tweak it to not necessarily 12 months, but if it's like at the beginning of the year or at summer when they announce that, say 18 months, because that gets you to the end of the year, like to the
Yep.
holidays. So you're still creating a window, but like if you needed to, oh, I don't know, delay a certain racing game out past when people are expecting it, they may not be so upset with you if that happens.
Right.
So if they
Setting
did do the 12 months again,
expectations.
right? Exactly. I'd be okay with that. I'm okay with it as long as it wasn't everything they mentioned. I think if they said, okay, this part is every game we mentioned right here is within 12 months, and then have a part that's like, okay, now these are future games. We're not sure when they're coming out, but we wanted to show you about them now, and then maybe drop a few teasers or even a CGI trailer on something. I'm okay with that too. Um, but yeah, that's my thinking on those, and the directs. I love them. I think they ought to do at least 2 a year, if not 3. I think if they have like one at the beginning of the year, and then in the summer they have their summer game fest or quote unquote, whatever Microsoft is calling their part at
Hmm.
E3. You combine the two basically, but there's a summer showcase of some kind that way. And then in the spring, as it were, or in a fall, I should say fall, should say, if there is another actual indie or not indie, but a direct that covers, you know, from different studios and stuff, a studio direct, I think would be great. And then at the end of the year, it's the Game Awards. So that covers at least 4. Like every quarter, you have a show that talks about the newest stuff coming out, and then the
Hmm.
stuff that's however you need to word it. So that's my
Yeah.
thinking. Retri, up
Yeah.
to you. Hmm.
I think I'm gonna kind of agree with you on here. I what I don't like about Microsoft is they set those expectations for us. So you can't get mad at me if they screw up
Right.
what they said they were gonna do, right? So
It's
I
all Retri's
never
fault, folks. Don't let him fool
it's
you.
alright, it's whatever, you can blame me, it's fine. Uh, I never liked the 12-month thing. I never liked it. I still don't like it. I'm okay. 18 months feels a little bit better because if they do, a show in the middle of the year, at least it gets you to the next not the next holiday, but the one after that. Right. So something like Avowed may have, gotten shown in this type of situation.
Yeah.
So I love the directs. I was a huge fan of that direct. I didn't expect to like the direct that much. I thought I've seen what Microsoft did in the past with their when they talked to developers, and it was terrible. Terrible. It was boring. I literally was watching it live on both channels and just watched when they had the developers talk too long and literally watched both streams get cut in half with the viewership like that. And
Yep.
that when
But
it's
this one worked.
boring, this one was the pacing was right because it had a
Yep.
professional company, that knows what the heck they're doing with pacing and cadence, and it just kept moving. It just kept moving. You didn't stay on a developer for too long that was talking about boring stuff. You talked about it, you showed it. You talked about it, you showed it. That's what you're supposed to do. That's how
Yeah.
it works. I worked in television for 19 years. These guys should know better, right? And the
Yep.
direct was amazing. I'm all down for the shows. So I agree with you, Dave. I would like 4 shows and whatever format they are in throughout
Mhm.
the year. Because if Microsoft is going to have a crazy cadence for Game Pass, I think they need to do that.
Mhm.
And I will be very happy, and I'll stop complaining about Microsoft stinking marketing.
I do want to put up this little tidbit, and I'll let you read that, and we'll take it for what it is. And obviously, we can't press him anymore. But
All right, Wandering Dutch heard extremely good things about Hellblade, but I'm not allowed to say anything. Well, why the hell would you do that, Dutch?
no.
now, now
That
I'm gonna talk to you behind the scenes.
nah. Well,
Well,
all I
that's
can
good.
say is I respect Dutch, and I definitely appreciate them dropping that little nugget.
Yeah, I like the nugget, and I
Dutch is the
heard
man
that
you
as
need to
well.
believe. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah,
If Dutch
yeah. I
says
mean,
it's in good hands, I'm there.
yeah. People were saying comparing it to Sony cinematic games, and that's what I saw when I saw that preview. That's exactly where my head went. I was like, "Here it is. Thank you." I
Yep.
missed that. What just popped up? Was that just a
Oh,
comment?
that
Yeah.
was
Okay.
Dave Ramos thanking
Oh, okay.
Dutch says great to hear. And then Skyly so thinks that they ought to keep that format and fulfill their current promises. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
definitely.
I loved
And
it.
then of course there's the marchers that which we know there's
Abdel.
we know Pong
Yeah.
Soul
Yeah.
and we know
Yeah.
it
Now that Jedi Survivor got delayed, there's more space for Marchfield. I like how he called it Marchfield. He's
yep.
not wrong. He's
Mm-mm.
not wrong. When I saw that delayed, because I'm one of the June people. I think it will come out in June. I could be completely wrong. It's just based off of marketing, in my opinion. Because if it does drop in March, that means they gave Redfall more time for marketing than Starfield, which is a little odd to me. But I mean, Jedi moving is a big one. That's a big one. It's possible. It's
Maybe
possible that
just
Jedi did this,
just
that
enough to get out
they
of the
ducked
way,
out of the way of
maybe.
Starfield, dude. Now, if that is the reasoning or if that's what really happened, holy crap. Like, I'll take that L all day long.
Oh goodness. I like that.
Keosante, there are some hyperbolic comparisons going around about Hellblade that make me go, eyes, exciting times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely.
Yep, I agree, 100%. Alright, Wandering Dutch. I'm sorry, but it's also my most anticipated. Oh, okay, cool. So I wouldn't believe it unless I have a good reason to. I think we'll all be very impressed. Good to hear, Dutch. That's
that
music to my ears.
that game
Yeah,
screams Dutch, doesn't it? I mean, come on.
it
Yeah,
really does. Yeah.
it does. It does. And dude, I'm right there with you. I'm so looking forward to that. Just absolutely love the first game and from from where they're taking the new game supposedly even even more even better and then elaborating on what worked and what we've shown so far the gameplay the Keeley was even like yes this is gameplay because people weren't going to believe
Yeah,
him.
and they
Oh
still
man.
didn't. It was all over Twitter. People were like, where's all the stuff on the screen? Where's the controls?" And like, tell me you haven't played Hellblade 1 without tell me you haven't played Hellblade 1. I'm
Yeah,
like,
well,
that's just how it is.
got a
Abdel,
prediction.
okay. I like predictions. Hey, you can do that stuff all day long on here.
Yep.
My Starfield prediction is Tuesday, June 20th. Okay, so you're with me. You're with me in Umbra. You're in good company, but very not a lot of us.
Yeah.
2 days before Final Fantasy 16 to poke Sony a bit. I don't hate that idea.
Yeah.
I love aggressive marketing, and I love when they do this because Sony would do it. Sony would, I think, would definitely do something like that. So why not? I like that prediction.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he says he's pro
I'm pro
March.
March because I
Mhm.
want to play. Yeah, I hear you. I'm also I want it to be March. Let's just say that for sure.
Yeah.
Hellblade Dutch Edition, metal tin with the shield on the cover.
Look at that,
I mean,
Dutch.
it's
You're
Vikings, right? I mean, Dutch
exactly.
fits right in, baby. Is that's why he really likes it.
I can hardly
Uh,
wait to see his exclusive controller that he's going to make. That's going to be a cross between the Wandering Dutch logo and then all the
mm,
Hellblade edition. I know, and he does some amazing work. Come on, guys! Some of the controllers and the systems
do
that
you
he's done is
speaking
amazing.
of like controllers and stuff like that? Do you guys think the Starfield skin or whatever for the Xbox Series X, you think that was legit? Did you see
Oh,
that one? It was
yeah,
yeah,
it's a
that looks pretty
possibility.
cool.
I mean, but then again, it could just be somebody, the mock up.
I
You
Yeah,
know,
right. That's what I
so
was wondering too.
I mean, there's Who knows? And some people have said, and KS said he's on the June train for Starfield as well. Me too. I mean, I'll put it this way: I
Oh,
wanted
okay.
to
I
come
didn't
out in
know K
March.
was okay. All right. Oh,
Yeah.
you're on the June. All right. I didn't know. All right. See, on the podcast, I'm with Boom. It was like me and Umbra, and everybody else was like March.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and to me, I really want it to be March because I want it soon.
yeah.
But if it doesn't, June's fine with me too. But until March is here and done, I'm on the March train. But once March is done, I'm on the June train.
Right.
I'm gonna keep switching trains until I get my damn game. Oh goodness.
Yeah. 100%. All right. Where are we? Trying to catch up here. Make sure we didn't miss anything.
I like that.
Wandering Dutch, I take it. Haha, already got a Hellblade Series X and custom and controller. Yeah, that's kind of where my mind was going. I am wondering, or I'm hoping that all these games just seem so big in scope. So you got a lot of these like smaller teams that have now been expanding, like double the size in some cases. Like, is Xbox going to make like controllers in Series X's and S's, specialized ones that we can get for Starfield? They'll definitely do it for Starfield. But are they going to do it for like Hellblade 2 and Redfall and games like that? Like, I would love to see more of that.
Yeah.
People say Xbox has enough controllers. There's no such thing. So,
No.
Galveston, we will.
Just ask Doom Cutie.
What's that? Yeah, exactly. I've
He
seen
has
her
a
collection's
wall of
crazy.
controllers. It's awesome.
Yeah. Galveston asks, we will know that Starfield is about to release when Fortnite puts Starfield skins in the store.
I agree with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I'll be okay with that too. And I know Galveston, Galveston has a problem. I don't know if anybody knows this, but he's a Fortnite-aholic. And I play a lot of Fortnite with Galveston. He's great. He's really good at, if anyone wants to play with us, like Galveston's awesome at just like teaching people how to play the game, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But yeah, he's got every character under the sun. So if you want to see the thousands of characters that Fortnite has, you play with Galveston and he'll show you. He's got every single one of them.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
Sky L, the Starfield trademark document mentions a lot of potential merch. Was posted on Reddit recently. Okay, I missed that one. I did not see that. Did not see the merch.
You'll be digging for research here in a little bit. I know.
There's so much stuff out there. It's impossible to catch everything, especially when it comes to Reddit.
Yeah, and one thing I wanted to say about the Starfield, which I do believe that it's something that can yeah, a lot of people are like, well, they need time for marketing, they need time for this. Microsoft, I guarantee you, has collector's editions. They have special bonus things. They have either controllers or a bundle edition and other marketing gems, shirts ready to go into the Xbox store. All kinds of stuff is ready and waiting. May even be printed or at the printers or actually in production on those devices. There's a lot of people talk about the watch.
Yeah, it's already made. I mean,
all
we know it is, because look what happened with Halo in the box. I mean, how did your Xbox come? It came with the Halo on the box. So I agree with you there. I guess when I say marketing, I'm not talking merch and stuff. I'm talking for the game itself.
But even then,
I agree with you.
I guarantee you they're going to have a marketing monster that's already like pre-programmed out. Now, in some things we've seen, like when Halo got delayed, and then all of a sudden, like a month later after it got delayed, there was all these Mountain Dew things that came out that had Halo stuff on them. But
Taco
those
Bell
kind of
or
things,
whatever,
right? Those kind of things will happen and are already in the works. So, I'm not saying they haven't done a bad job of marketing certain things in the past, because they have, for sure. But I wouldn't think they're going to be dropping the ball on this one. I mean, it's Todd's new baby. It's and Phil has already said he wants to make it the biggest game that they've ever done. That studio has ever done. So there's gonna be a lot of good things that they're gonna do with it, I believe. So
I hope so. I mean, it better be in like Times Square. I want to see it advertised on buses in major cities. That's when I say like marketing blitz. That's what I want to see. I want want the regular Joe. No offense to Joe, as Boom says.
Poor Joe.
I want the regular person to see it, not us. We're gonna see it no matter what, right? I want
Yeah.
everyone else to see it as well.
Yeah.
Because Sony's really good at doing stuff like that, man. They do like statues and just like crazy stuff.
Right.
That's what I want to see Xbox do. That I guess that's kind of
I see what you're
getting at.
saying. But then again, Microsoft isn't Sony.
Right.
And you got to think too. I tell you, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to hear of any, thing. Well, like I've seen at least 20, if not more, YouTube ads for the new Minecraft game coming out in front of videos that I
Legends, yeah.
watch because and it's targeted toward
Mhm.
video gamers and all the video game streams and stuff I watch. Sometimes 2 or 3 in a show that'll pop up. So they are doing things. It just may not be the Super Bowl ad or whatever type thing.
Right, right.
If they do one, great. Do they
Yeah.
need to? No. Do they have the money to? Easily. Easily.
Obviously.
Yeah. Once they
Yeah.
have the family plan come out for
Right.
Game Pass, that they need to push
That
like
they
no other.
they got to push that hard. I mean, how many when just to bring up a little subject on that all
Yeah.
access. When I say all access, most people don't even know what the hell I'm talking about.
I know.
And that's a problem. That's a problem because everyone I know, every person who had an issue trying to get a Series X, all my friends, I got them all to get all access through the, the interest-free plan for 2 years where you can get Game Pass and the Series X or S for either $25 or $35 a month. Nobody knew about it.
Right.
Because Microsoft didn't fricking advertise it.
Yep.
It did one and done. Here it is, and that was it. But that's the stuff that bothers me. I just wish they would do a better job on, but whatever.
Yep.
I don't want to sound like I complain about Microsoft constantly, but
I'm just kidding.
yeah, hey, it's fine. Somebody's got Dave can be the good guy in the podcast. I'll be the bad guy. I don't care.
Oh yeah, but screw you guys. I'm going home.
That's right. Dave's just gonna walk off.
That's it. No, I'm just kidding. Well, gosh, man, we've been here almost an hour. We're probably going to be wrapping things up real soon. It's the first show as it is in the can. I would like to thank RHETRI for joining me today and for being a part of this this journey that we're on together. And I think so far it's seems to be pretty positive results, positive outcome, and hopefully, if you don't mind, please like and this video if you don't mind. We would greatly appreciate that, and share it out if you don't mind. Let people know. We're gonna well, like I said, I've already said at the beginning, but I'll say it again now. Next week, I wasn't really thinking. We were just like, let's get the show going. We were excited to get it going.
Yeah.
Next week's the Super Bowl, so we are actually going to skip next week because I'm going to watch the Super Bowl. I got friends coming over and everything, and I just even doing it early, I don't want to step on other shows that are, to me, I love watching the Iron Lords, and then like after this, if when you get out here, jump on over. Fonz's show should be coming on, and he does an amazing Fonz gaming. So there's a lot of great content out there, and we appreciate Mr. Boomstick and everything that he does for us as well. That's how we got to meet RHETRI and got to meet a lot of these people. So it's pretty exciting. Thank you everybody for being here today. RHETRI, why don't you tell everybody about you, and then
Sure.
And if there's anything else that you want to go over, we'll do that.
So RHETRI, obviously you can hit up my gamer tag if you guys want to join the community in game nights. We do a bunch of them. I do them almost every Friday and Saturday night, sometimes during the weekdays if I'm not too tired. But Game Pass Weekly, that is me. That's what I do. Everything to do with Game Pass, how to save money, how to be cheap, because I'm a cheap guy. So you can find me on Twitter at Game Pass_daily and on TikTok and on YouTube at Game Pass Daily. We are going to try to keep this show an hour and a half tops.
Yep.
This is our first one. We're also trying to, one of the things I said to Dave was, I don't want to miss The Last of Us on HBO because I'm loving that show right now. I don't know what you guys think, but I love it. So yeah, we don't want to screw up with your HBO watching time either, because that show is pure fire in my opinion.
And that's going to continue
So-
once House of Dragon comes back. Just saying.
Yes, I also love that too. So I mean, we go into all kinds of different topics here, guys. It doesn't have to be Xbox centric. That's kind of where my expertise is. I'm also a PlayStation gamer. I don't know much about Nintendo, so I can't. If you ask me any questions about Nintendo, you're not going to get any
can help.
informative answers. Dave can be your guy. So, but yeah, that's where you guys can find me. And thank you guys so much
Yes.
for coming out tonight. It's a big deal to someone like me who's just starting out, and we're just gonna grow. We got some crazy ideas coming up for
We
this
do.
show. We might not be able to pull them all off, but we're gonna try our best, and we're here for the long haul. So thanks for coming out tonight.
And on future episodes too, we're gonna have guests occasionally, and then
Yes.
maybe eventually every week we do have a guest that'll be on to talk about subjects and to interact with you guys as well. I know I haven't asked him yet, so I want to put him on the spot, but I know I would love to have Keasante in the future to be a guest one night to jump in with us and have a little fun, interact with everybody. And same way with Wandering Dutch, I have actually hit him up and told him that we need you on, buddy. So yeah, and a lot of other great members of the community that we plan on kind of sprinkling out through different episodes. Like I said, I can do a lot of videos. He does a lot of videos, but as far as this type of show, this is new to both of us. So we definitely want to to continue and grow this and start. And if you guys got ideas too, like I said, in the description will be like an email address for you guys can email me, message us, or send message directly. Hey, maybe if you tried this, or what do you think about this? So don't hesitate to reach out. And if there's something we do that you don't like, let us know that too, because
Please do.
we can tweak.
We want to make this show fun to watch, and we obviously want to make you guys a part of it. So if there are aspects of the show that you don't like, definitely tell us, because we will take it into consideration. If it's a pattern and everyone keeps saying the same thing, then we'll change some things up in that regard. So, but yeah, let me see if there's anything else in here. Thank you, RSJ. Appreciate it, brother. Anything else, Dave?
I think we're good to wrap it up. Thank you again for everybody for joining us. I really appreciate you guys joining us here at Gamers Council Live.